What if the earrings you've worn for years, the ones that once made you feel beautiful, are now quietly aging you? Not your wrinkles. Not your hair. Just your earrings. It sounds almost impossible, right? But after 60, the smallest style details can completely transform how radiant, soft, or tired we appear. Our faces change gently with time. Skin becomes more delicate. The jawline softens. Our hair lightens. Yet many of us still reach for the same jewelry we wore in our 40s or 50s. Those pieces once added sparkle. Now, they can pull our features downward, vanish into silver hair, or compete with the natural elegance that maturity brings. Here's the truth: earrings are not just accessories. They're frames for your face. The very first thing that draws light toward your eyes and smile. The right pair lifts, brightens, and whispers refinement. The wrong pair can make even glowing skin appear dull, or drag the eye toward the lower face, where we least want attention. This isn't about rules or perfection. It's about refinement, the quiet art of choosing what truly enhances who you are today. Because elegance after 60 isn't about holding on to youth. It's about radiating self-awareness. Think about it. The jewelry you wear tells a story before you even speak. Heavy dangling earrings can send a message of effort, while soft pearls or sculpted drops say confidence without trying. At this stage of life, we no longer need to shout to be seen. We shine by simply knowing ourselves. So today, we'll uncover 3 common earring mistakes that may be subtly aging your look, and explore the beautiful, modern alternatives that bring lift, light, and harmony back to your face. Small adjustments. Yes, but their impact can be astonishing. Before you open your jewelry box tomorrow morning, pause for a moment. The next few minutes might just change how you see yourself in the mirror, not as older, but as more luminous than ever. Now, let's begin with the first earring type that quietly pulls your features down without you even realizing it. Part 1: Heavy dangling earrings, the downward pull. They sparkle, they sway. They've probably been your signature for years, but heavy dangling earrings might be doing your face more harm than you realize. There's a reason so many elegant women over 60 say, "I love these, but they don't look quite the same anymore." It's not the earrings that have changed, it's the canvas. As we age, our earlobes naturally become thinner and more delicate. The skin loses elasticity, and the soft tissue that once supported statement jewelry starts to give way. What that means is simple but powerful. The same weight that once looked glamorous now literally pulls the face down. Those beautiful chandelier earrings that danced in your 40s now tug at the lobe, creating a subtle downward line that drags the eye. And your entire expression toward the lower face. Imagine a photograph at your granddaughter's wedding. You're glowing, your smile is genuine, but when you look closely, something feels off. The earrings hang a little lower than before. The angle of light catches the skin just differently, and suddenly your face looks tired, even though your spirit isn't. That's the quiet power of gravity, and the unintentional story heavy jewelry can tell. From a professional stylist's perspective, this downward pull does more than stretch the lobe. It interrupts the vertical balance that gives the face lift and vitality. Visual weight matters. When jewelry pulls below the jawline, it competes with the natural contours of your neck and shoulders, creating heaviness where lightness should be. In short, it works against the elegance that maturity naturally brings. But here's the good news: you don't have to abandon glamour. You just need to redefine it. The key is lightness with intention. Choose earrings that move, but in moderation, pieces that catch the light without catching gravity. A delicate teardrop pearl that ends just at, or above the jawline, gives movement while keeping the attention upward. Slim drop earrings in brushed gold or satin silver can shimmer beautifully without the weight. Even medium-sized hoops in soft, rounded metal create balance and fluidity without strain. A quick test many stylists recommend is the turn of the head rule. Gently shake your head side to side. If you can feel your earrings swinging or pulling, they're too heavy. True elegance should feel effortless, as if you could forget you're wearing them until someone compliments you. There's also a subtle psychological shift that happens with this choice. Lark, swinging earrings often carry memories of youth, of nights out, of sparkle that felt fearless. Letting go of them isn't about losing that spirit. It's about translating it. You're not silencing your sparkle, you're refining it into something softer, more luminous, and more aligned with your face as it is today. Think of it as updating your jewelry language. From exclamation to poetry. One of my favorite transformations happened with a client named Elaine, 67, who had worn the same gold chandelier earrings since her 40s. They were beautiful, but they dominated her face. When we switched them for light gold oval hoops that brushed just under her earlobe, the change was instant. Her cheekbones lifted, her jaw looked defined, and her eyes caught the light again. She looked like herself. Only lighter, fresher, more at ease. That's what a small detail can do. Because the right earrings don't just decorate the face, they direct the eye. They lift attention toward your eyes, your smile, your presence. They frame your story, not distract from it. So before reaching for those beloved but heavy pairs, ask yourself, do these earrings lift me? Or weigh me down? If they tug, stretch, or demand constant adjusting, they're not supporting your beauty, they're competing with it. And at this stage in life, you deserve jewelry that works with your face, not against it. When you make that shift, something magical happens. You start to see your reflection differently. Not as a woman giving something up, but as someone embracing who she's become. Your look becomes intentional, effortless, and quietly captivating. And speaking of subtle details that can make or break a look, let's talk about the opposite end of the spectrum. Earrings so tiny and flat, they disappear entirely, taking your natural radiance with them. Part 2. Tiny studs when simplicity fades away. They're simple, classic, and comfortable. The tiny studs many women wear every single day. They slip on easily, match everything, and seem like the safest choice. But here's the quiet truth few people talk about. What once looked effortlessly elegant can, after 60, start to make your face disappear. Small, flat studs have very little dimension. They sit flush against the ear, catching almost no light. On younger skin, that subtle sparkle was enough to frame the face. But as we age, our skin's undertones change, our complexion softens, and hair color often lightens, especially if it's turning silver or white. The result? Those delicate studs that once glimmered now vanish. They blend into the background, leaving the face looking bare and unfinished, almost as if something's missing. There's also a visual principle at play here. What stylists call the light effect. The human eye is naturally drawn to areas of brightness and reflection. Earrings that lift light toward the cheekbones and eyes make you look radiant and awake. When that light disappears, so does the sense of vitality. The face can look flat, the skin a touch dull, even when you're feeling your best. Think about how photographers use reflectors to illuminate the face. Jewelry works the same way. A small flat stud fails to bounce light upward. But the right earring, with gentle curve, color, or dimension, becomes your personal soft focus lens. Take Margaret, a retired teacher in her early 70s. She told me she wore the same gold studs her husband had given her decades ago. They were sentimental, tiny, perfectly round. But she often felt washed out in photos. When we swapped them for an 8mm pearl stud, the difference was striking. Her eyes looked brighter, her skin warmer. The glow wasn't from makeup. It was from how those pearls reflected light back toward her face. That's why experts suggest avoiding earrings that sit too flat or too small against the ear. Instead, choose pieces that add texture and depth. Cluster or halo style studs with a little sparkle around the center create dimension that flatters every angle. Soft, dome shapes or brushed gold studs reflect light beautifully without looking flashy. Even a gentle gemstone, rose quartz for warmth, aquamarine for cool elegance, or mother of pearl for subtle shimmer, can reintroduce vitality instantly. If you're unsure where to start, there's a simple test. Stand near a window and look into a mirror with your earrings on. Move slightly from side to side. Do your earrings catch the light? Do they illuminate your eyes or simply sit there? If they disappear completely, they're too flat. Earrings should act like a frame, not a background. There's also a matter of proportion. As our facial features soften, balance becomes more important than ever. Tiny jewelry can make your features seem larger and your jawline less defined. Slightly increasing the size of your earrings, even by just a few millimeters, brings harmony back to the face. A stud roughly 1/3 the width of your earlobe usually creates that perfect proportion, graceful but present. This isn't about excess or sparkle for the sake of it. It's about visibility, not vanity. After 60, your face carries a lifetime of expression and wisdom. You've earned the right to be seen, not to fade quietly into the background. The right earrings don't scream for attention, they quietly say, "I'm still here, radiant and proud." And if you're worried about losing that sense of subtlety, remember, elegance isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters with intention. You can still wear simple pieces, but let them have presence. A bit of light, a hint of texture, a curve that catches the eye. One of the most beautiful things about aging is how the light plays differently on our faces. Jewelry should honor that transformation, not fight it. Choose pieces that echo your grace, your confidence, and your joy in being visible. Because true style isn't about being loud. It's about being luminous. And speaking of luminous, some earrings try so hard to stand out that they end up doing the opposite. Let's look at those oversized statement pieces that once felt bold and empowering, but now might be stealing attention from the most beautiful feature of all, you. Part 3. Oversized statement earrings, when bold becomes overbearing. There was a time when bold statement earrings were the definition of confidence. The larger, the brighter, the better. They made us feel fearless, expressive, and alive. But as the years go by, those same oversized designs that once symbolized energy and individuality can start sending a different message, one that feels just a little too loud for the woman you've become. Our features soften with age. The angles of the face mellow, the skin becomes lighter, and the hair often turns silver or white, all of which create a softer, more luminous frame. When you place large, heavy, or brightly colored earrings next to that natural gentleness, they often overpower it. Instead of highlighting your beauty, they compete with it. The focus shifts from your eyes and smile to the jewelry itself. The earrings speak first, and they speak too loudly. I remember working with a client named Helen, who loved her large, geometric earrings. They were sculptural, gold, and dramatic. She'd worn them since the 1980s. But when we paired them with her silver bob and linen blouse, they completely stole the scene. You couldn't see her expressions, her warmth, or the twinkle in her eye. When we replaced them with mid-sized oval hoops that sat close to her face, everything changed. Her features reappeared. Her eyes sparkled again. It wasn't that the smaller earrings were better. They were simply in harmony with her face now, not fighting for attention. That's the quiet shift that comes with time and refinement. Style after 60 isn't about being less vibrant. It's about being more intentional. Oversized pieces often carry emotional weight. They remind us of vibrant decades and bold adventures. Letting them go isn't about losing part of yourself. It's about translating that same energy into something more elegant, something that reflects the woman you are now. From a visual design standpoint, oversized earrings disrupt proportion. The human eye reads balance intuitively. When accessories overpower the head and neck, they visually shorten the neck and widen the face. That's why stylists recommend choosing earrings that echo, not overwhelm, your facial scale. For most women over 60, this means pieces that end above the jawline or rest gently at the midpoint between the ear and chin. These proportions elongate the face, creating that natural vertical lift that instantly feels youthful. Instead of large, heavy circles or chunky acrylic shapes, think quiet statement. A sculpted gold oval that catches light softly. A slim silver drop that moves gently when you turn your head. Medium-sized hoops in a brushed or satin finish that frame your face instead of framing themselves. These are pieces that add character, not chaos. They whisper personality without shouting for attention. There's also a deeper psychological layer to this. As we mature, the most magnetic quality we can project isn't energy through color or size. It's presence. You've already lived bold. You've earned grace. Your jewelry should enhance that quiet assurance that says, I know who I am. When you choose earrings that harmonize rather than compete, something subtle happens. Your face becomes the focal point again. Your smile draws the gaze, not the metal or stones beside it. That's true sophistication. When your accessories echo your confidence instead of trying to replace it. Here's a simple test you can try. Put on your earrings, stand in front of the mirror, and squint slightly. What do you notice first? Your earrings or your expression? If it's the jewelry, they're leading the conversation, and your features are following. Switch to something smaller, lighter, and see how the balance shifts. Suddenly, your face feels open again. Your movement graceful, your elegance effortless. Because in the end, the most captivating statement isn't made by what you wear. It's made by how you carry yourself. The right pair of earrings should enhance that, not overshadow it. And now that we've explored the pieces that overpower, let's turn to another hidden culprit. The ones that quietly dull your glow without you even realizing it. Cheap or tarnished, metals that steal your light instead of reflecting it. Part 4, cheap or tarnished metals, the dull glow. You can be wearing the perfect outfit, have your hair styled beautifully, and still, something feels off. Not your clothes, not your makeup, but your jewelry. More specifically, the metal it's made from. Cheap or tarnished earrings can quietly undo an entire look, dulling your radiance and stealing the light from your face. As we age, our skin tone changes subtly. It becomes softer, cooler, sometimes more translucent. The metals that once complemented your complexion may no longer do the same. A harsh yellow gold that looked rich in your 40s might now feel heavy against silver hair. Costume jewelry with fading finishes or tarnished plating can cast a grayish reflection that flattens your glow. And poor quality alloys don't just cheap, they can actually irritate mature skin, causing redness or dark marks around the earlobes. Think about it. Light is one of the most powerful beauty tools. It either lifts your face or dulls it. Metals act as light conductors: polished silver, soft rose gold, luminous pearl. They all bounce light back toward your complexion. Tarnished or worn-out metals do it, they absorb light, leaving your skin looking tired. That's why even a small change, like switching to a cleaner finish or higher quality material, can transform your entire presence. I once worked with a woman named Denise, who had a beautiful sense of style: tailored jackets, silk scarves, impeccable posture. But she couldn't figure out why her face always seemed dim in photos. When I looked closer, it wasn't her outfit. It was her earrings, dull brass hoops she'd owned for years. The metal had oxidized, turning a dark bronze. Once she replaced them with a pair of matte gold earrings that complemented her warm undertone. Her complexion seemed to light up instantly. Her friends even asked if she'd changed her skincare routine. She hadn't. She just changed her metal. This is where intentionality matters. You don't need to spend a fortune, but you do need to choose materials that respect both your skin and your elegance. Sterling silver, vermeil, surgical steel, and gold-plated over quality metals all maintain their shine longer and reflect light beautifully. They're gentle on sensitive skin and age gracefully, just like you. Stylists often suggest doing a quick mirror test. Hold up your earrings near your face in natural daylight. Do they make your skin look luminous? Or do they cast a shadow? Do they bring out warmth in your complexion, or do they drain it? If the metal looks dull or cloudy, it's time to refresh. Aging gracefully doesn't mean settling for less sparkle, it means curating it. Swap overly shiny, brassy tones for soft lusters that echo your natural energy. Matte gold brings a quiet glow, silver mirrors the sophistication of gray and white hair, rose gold adds warmth to neutral skin tones. And pearls? They're timeless. Their gentle reflection flatters every face. Every decade, even the way earrings are finished matters. Textured or brushed surfaces add depth and interest without glare. Polished metal creates a mirror effect, amplifying light beautifully under soft daylight or evening ambience. Each choice changes how your face interacts with illumination, and that's the kind of detail people notice subconsciously when they look at you. And here's another expert tip: store your earrings with care. Air exposure, perfume, and hairspray can all accelerate tarnishing. Keep them in sealed pouches, wipe them with a soft cloth, and avoid letting them sit in moisture. The better you care for your jewelry, the longer it will return the favor. By keeping your look fresh, modern, and refined, there's something empowering about realizing that you don't need more jewelry. You just need better light. Once your metals reflect your natural tone, your whole presence brightens. People stop noticing your earrings and start noticing you. Because elegance, at any age, is never about what glitters the most. It's about what glows from within, and what you choose to wear that honors that glow. And speaking of honoring your essence, let's move beyond materials and into meaning, discovering how the right earrings don't just frame your face, but also reflect your confidence, your story, and your timeless beauty. Part 5. The emotional side of jewelry: confidence, beyond the earrings. There comes a moment in every woman's life when her jewelry stops being just decoration and becomes something far more personal. After 60, earrings aren't about fashion statements. They're about identity. Every pair you wear carries a whisper of who you've been and who you are becoming. That's why the most radiant women don't simply choose accessories. They curate emotions, memories, and self-worth. When I meet women who say, "I don't really care about jewelry anymore," what I often hear underneath is something deeper. It's not indifference, it's disconnection. Somewhere along the way, they stopped seeing themselves reflected in the mirror. They kept the same earrings they've worn for decades safe, familiar, invisible. But those earrings belong to a version of themselves that no longer exists. The truth is, when your style evolves but your accessories don't, something inside you stays tethered to the past. One of my clients, Ellen, a 67-year-old retired nurse, once confessed that she hadn't bought new earrings in 15 years. It just didn't seem important anymore, she said. Her days were quieter now. No hospital shifts, no patient rounds. But when we replaced her old, faded studs with a soft pair of gold drop earrings that caught the light just right, she started smiling differently. "I feel awake again," she told me. That's what a small, thoughtful change can do. It's not vanity. It's vitality. Jewelry, especially earrings, sits close to the face, the part of us that communicates emotion, warmth, and connection. When you wear pieces that align with how you feel inside, you project energy outward. You look alive, not because the jewelry is flashy, but because it resonates with who you are today. That inner harmony is what people call the glow. It's not from highlighter or perfect lighting, it's from confidence that radiates quietly and unmistakably. Psychologists call this the mirror effect. When you wear something that makes you feel polished, your posture improves. Your tone of voice lifts, your energy shifts. People respond differently. They see you as more vibrant, more engaging. It's not the earrings themselves creating magic. It's you rediscovering the version of yourself who once felt effortlessly elegant and bringing her forward again. At this stage of life, every accessory you wear should tell a story you still believe in. Keep the sentimental pieces, of course. Your mother's pearls, the hoops from your anniversary, the small studs you wore on your daughter's wedding day. But mix them with new reflections of who you are now. Maybe that means soft sculptural gold, minimalist silver ovals, or luminous pearls that echo your silver hair. Let your jewelry evolve with you. Let it grow up with you. Because the real beauty of aging gracefully isn't about letting go of youth. It's about letting in light. You don't have to chase trends or reinvent yourself completely. Sometimes, it's as simple as putting on something that makes you remember, "I still love how I look." That small moment, standing in front of the mirror, adjusting an earring that catches the light just so, can shift your entire day. The most stylish women over 60 aren't the ones who own the most expensive pieces. They're the ones who choose with intention. They understand that simplicity can be power, and that refinement is not about being perfect. It's about being true. Every choice they make reflects peace, self-respect, and a quiet kind of joy that doesn't need to prove anything. So as you open your jewelry box tomorrow, think of it not as a collection, but as a reflection, a map of your journey, your resilience, your light. Each piece should make you feel like you again. Not who you used to be. Not who you think you should be. The woman you are now, graceful, grounded, and radiant in her own right. Because at the heart of all this, the conversation about earrings isn't really about accessories at all. It's about visibility, confidence, and the beauty of showing up fully, without apology. And as we close this reflection, it's time to bring everything together. How each choice, from metal to movement to meaning, builds a story of timeless elegance. Let's step into that final moment of understanding how to choose earrings, not just for your outfit, but for the woman you've become. And the one you're still becoming. The light you carry. Elegance after 60 isn't something you buy. It's something you reveal. Every choice, from the way you style your hair to the earrings you wear, becomes a reflection of how deeply you honor yourself. What truly shines isn't the gold or the sparkle, it's the quiet assurance that says, I still see myself and I love who I've become. When you stop wearing what weighs you down, whether that's heavy jewelry, outdated habits, or self-doubt, you make room for light. You rediscover the lift in your posture, the warmth in your smile, the joy of catching your reflection and thinking, yes, that's me. And that feeling, that recognition, is priceless. The truth is, age doesn't dull beauty, it refines it. Every year adds dimension, softness, wisdom. The earrings you choose today don't just frame your face, they frame your story. Whether it's the shimmer of pearls, the glow of brushed gold, or the simplicity of a sculpted hoop, each piece becomes a declaration that style doesn't fade. It evolves with grace. So tomorrow morning, when you open your jewelry box, don't reach for what you've always worn. Pause for a heartbeat. Choose the pair that makes you lift your chin a little higher, that brings light to your eyes and ease to your spirit. Let that be your reminder you are still vibrant, still elegant, still entirely you. Because real beauty isn't in following fashion, it's in expressing presence. It's not about hiding age, it's about embodying it with pride. You've earned the right to shine without effort, to walk into any room and glow quietly, powerfully, beautifully. If this message resonated with you, share it with another woman who deserves to remember her own light. Subscribe to Ageless Style 50+, where we celebrate not youth, but timelessness, not trends, but truth. Because elegance isn't about turning back time. It's about owning every moment and wearing it like the finest jewel.